So today I'm going to be installing these hood struts, which are going to go on either side of the hood to hold it up instead of having to use this that they provide with you when you get the car to hold it up instead. So hopefully the hood struts will make life much easier. So to install these, you're going to want to remove this bolt located right here. So there's the whole assembly, there's a hole there, a screw here which we have to remove, and that's just after the headlights. So you want to take out this one and do the same on the other side as well. So I'm gonna set this down and do that right now. By the way, this is a 10mm socket, so you're going to want to use a 10mm to take out this. Alright, and out it comes, just a screw and a washer, or bolt and washer, or nut and washer, whatever you want to call it. Gonna set that to one side. Then in the little kit I got, which is in this bag that comes with some of the parts, you want to take out the piece that you're going to put in there, which replaces that bolt that you just took out. And that is this piece right here. The screw with the ball pivot sort of point at the top. Just gonna go right back in here, and the same on the other side as well. Alright, so when putting on this thing into this hole, you're going to want to put a washer on it first, like so, and then put it inside. But in the pack there's two different sized washers. As you can see, this one is bigger and this one is smaller. You want to use the smaller size washer for putting in these bits, because the bigger ones will be used later for another part. You might want to use a deeper socket as well when putting this on, because it has to go over both of these. So to fit this one, you want to use a 12mm socket instead of a 10, because this one's bigger than the 10mm. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in now. Just gonna put on the washer and then put it in the hole. Screw it in by hand a bit. Get the 12mm socket. And then tighten it up. And that's in there very well. Now you just have to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, back to the 10mm. So cold outside at the moment, I can barely feel my fingers. Alright, so we've got the second one out. Now we want to go ahead and put in the other bolt that looks identical to the one on the other side. This video is now in the future, as I was putting in this one because I forgot to put the washer on it. I ended up snapping it in half. So this is the remains of it that was left back in there in half. So I had to order a new one of these. As you see, it's now black because it's new. It was cheap, it was £1 for 2 of them, so I got it. But yeah, so now I'm back again. I'm gonna put in the new one, the new black one, back in there, and just don't tighten these very tight at all, because I've realized that they don't need to go in there very tight to be secure. So just make sure that they're in there snug. I'd say even hand tight, and that's good enough. There you go, it's starting to put a bit of resistance. That's all you need. Don't put it in there really tight, just when it feels a bit secure in there, or else you will snap this, and that's not fun. Alright, so I'll give you a quick look back of what it should look like now. So it should have one in here, like that, and the other one in there, like that. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to undo these 2 bolts here. So under your hood, how it is here, right up here behind this wire, you want to undo this bolt and this bolt. And the reason behind that is because you need to put on one of the brackets that's going to actually hold the strut in place. So one of these. So essentially what you're going to do is take out those bolts, place this where the bolts were, and then put the bolts back on top of this. So I'll try get as good as a clip as I can for you. What I'll do is I'll do this side on film, since there's no wire there and it's a lot easier to see. And if it's too difficult to get this side on film, then at least you would have seen it on this side, and it's the same thing for both sides. Alright, I'm not sure if you got on camera because my video stopped recording, but the second bolt is out. So now both of them are out. Now, one quick bit of advice is you shouldn't take out these 2 and the other 2 on the other side at the same time, because those 4 bolts are the only thing keeping the hood attached to the car. So if you don't want your hood accidentally falling off and maybe damaging something, only do one side at a time. Alright, so I've grabbed one of the brackets. Now for the right side, you want to make sure that you have the bracket orientated the right way. So this part here with the little flat bit that a bolt can go through, for the right side, you want to make sure that this part is facing inside, like towards the engine bay, not towards the outside. So you want to make sure that this part is on the innermost part of the hood, facing that way. So we're gonna put it in there like so. Grab one of the washers, put that on there like that. Then grab the bolt that was already on there and then put it back on. So I'm just going to do it loosely at first, like so. Then I'll put the top one on loosely also. So put the washer on. Oh wait, that is the wrong size. Alright, this is future me coming back after learning something. You're not meant to put the washers here. so that was my bad. So I'm gonna take this back out. But before I do that, I'm going to put on the top one so that this doesn't just fall out when I take off the bottom one. That is not good, but I should be able to get that back. Now I'm going to replace the bottom bolt. Now I'm gonna tighten them back down quite tight, like how they were before. Alright, that's on there quite tight. Now to do the top one. Right, now that's on there very, very good. Now you just have to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, this next step is very easy because all we're going to do now is actually put the strut onto this. So I'll quickly go grab the strut now. Here we go. Here is the strut. I'll just take it out of the plastic. There we go. So you got this side with the long, like shiny bit, but the side that we want to use is on the smaller side, which is just this bit. So this right here, like this part is going to go over the little ball, and to do that you just shove it on there and it'll click into place. So I'll show you now. So I'll just put it on top and push down. And there it goes, nicely in there. Now I'm gonna put in the top, so I'll re-angle you guys, which might be better if I just hold this in there. Alright, so there's a hole right here on the bracket. I'm just gonna shove the metal part of the strut through there. So you want to do it from the outside in. You may need to push up the hood to get it in there, because as you see it's quite tall, a lot taller than where the hole is. So I'll literally just push the hood up. If you're wondering what I'm using to push the hood up right now, I'm using my head. So as you see, I've now pushed it up enough that it lines up, and I did not get any of that on film. Alright, so hood's pushed up, shove it in the hole, then you don't have to push up on it anymore, it's just in there. Then next you want to grab the nut and then put that on the end here. Like so. Then you want to use a 12mm socket to tighten that up. This doesn't have to go on there extremely tight, just once it looks good. So like that, that's on there quite good. And now you're done. You got the hood strut on there. So you got 1 and 2. I'll just quickly close the hood just to see what it's like now with both of them on there. It's going to be a bit tougher to close the hood now. As you see, it stays there just like that. When you're bringing it up, it goes up nicely. Right, that did not lock. I've also realised shutting the hood is also a lot harder now. But it's worth it. So I'll open it up again real quick. I've also found now that with the hood struts on, pulling this little latch to open the hood is significantly harder to do. Like, you have to put a lot of effort in there now to open it up, which is quite weird, but it doesn't bother me too much. And then opening the hood again. Works good. So yeah, that's it done. You've now successfully installed hood struts, and hope you liked the video and enjoyed it. If you did, you can subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Yeah, till next time.